Hi everybody, this is the Baseball High, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion. Your host, welcome back to the Baseball High 2. And hopefully you like this video. Now, I like to talk about the media here on a regular basis. And this troubles me because as an independent creator on YouTube, I'm seeing consolidation. I see corporations coming in and gobbling up channels and channels working with and big corporations work with other corporations. It is very troubling to me because the numbers are decreasing here on this channel. And it's because these corporations understand that the podcasts are doing really well. All of them. I'm doing well, but the point being is that somebody that's independent and will keep my independence. This is troubling. Because they're trying to, I've been talking about this all summer, they're trying to push me out. I'm not going anywhere. They just want to silence my voice. This from awful announcing. I guess WFAN, the insane asylum, announced this. WFAN partners with Jomboy Media for weekly Yankees show. Digital outlet that turns savages in the box into a rallying cry is making its traditional radio debut. Okay. And again, Jomboy doesn't care about YouTube. He doesn't care about the independent creator. He just wants to make money, and which is okay, but he's not going to have his own voice. He's not going to be independent. He's going to be like everybody else. Now, MLB is in partnership with him because they want him on their side. They don't want there to be another scandal come up, and he has to dissect it and lip read whatever's going on. As you know, he became big through the whole. He's the only one that made any kind of money and was successful during the Houston Astros scandal. Astros won the World Series. They didn't take it away. No players got suspended. He's the only one that made out like a bandit. And now he's working with the people that cheated and took away his ability, his chance to win the Yankees World Series in 2017. He's working with them. Because Major League Baseball knew the cheating was going on. They did nothing about it. WFAN is adding something different to its New York Yankees coverage this weekend. Starting Saturday, 2 p.m., the station will air a weekly show featuring content from Jomboy Media. Now, is this going to be live on the radio or just bullshit from the week? Content from the week. How do you lip read on the radio? I don't know. The digital sports outlet has built a massive following by breaking down baseball moments and hosting the popular Talking Yankees podcast. But again, like I said, these people that, this is what I find strange, is they go on YouTube, they want to be YouTubers, but they really want to be working for MLB and be on the radio and be part of the cool kids club, The partnership puts Jomboy's fan favorite award segments and other highlights from the network on traditional radio for the first time. While focus remains on Yankees content, Odyssey stated in a release that other sports will eventually be incorporated. This isn't Jomboy Media's first dance with established broadcasters. The company founded by Jimmy O'Brien and Jake Sturrier, 2017, already has partnerships with the Yes Network and recently joined the Dan Patrick Podcast Network. They've also secured partnerships with major brands and raised millions in funding from investors, including Reddit founder Alex Ohanian and Billy Crystal. So Hollywood's involved with this. Wow. This is scary. It's a scary business. WFN will have access to content that's proven popular with younger baseball fans, while Jomboy Media reaches a broader audience through one of sports radio's most influential platforms. WFN has been the Yankees radio flagship since 2014, so it already has built-in credibility with the team's fan base. Courtney Hirsch, who was promoted to CEO of Jomboy Media earlier this year, called WFN one of the most influential platforms in sports media when announcing the deal. The company has been on a growth tear lately, as revenue doubled and profitability tripled under Hirsch's leadership as COO. The company now employs 64 employees and produces a wide range of content, including podcasts and original video content. It's another example of traditional sports media partnering with digital creators instead of trying to compete with them. It's more about gobbling them up. The show debuts this Saturday. Yankees fans get another weekly dose of content, and WFAN receives to see if Jomboy's audience follows them to traditional radio. They probably will. Again, this is all about gobbling up independent people so they can keep them quiet from the big corporations that used to own WFAN, and they're owned by a very toxic guy. And of course, and I wouldn't be in business with WFAN, I can tell you that. Considering who owns their company. CBS does not. I'm not going to get into who owns them. Very bad guy. Also, MLB has gobbled up this podcast. They're in partnership with them. They're partners. This is very troubling, like I said, to an independent like myself. And I've been on this platform about 7 years, but doing Met stuff for 5 years. And I don't collaborate with anybody. I never have anybody on. I do my own thing. I'd like to have some people on, but it's very difficult. I'm very busy. Schedule's all over the place. I'd love to get friends on, family on, to talk about stuff that's going on in Major League Baseball. But it's very difficult for me to schedule anything with them. But so I don't need anybody. I'm my own person here doing these videos. But this is very troubling for an independent person. 5 years ago, had no competition. I started out, I had no competition, nobody. And I've been doing videos on the Mets since 2018, and on Major League Baseball since 2018. So I've been doing it a long time, and I'm really the first Mets fans YouTuber, in my opinion, from what I could tell. There was some other guy out there, but he doesn't do much content here or there. But I'm really the first Mets YouTuber doing this on a regular basis and haven't stopped on this platform. And I got this channel, I got the Prospect channel. But the point being is that this is a monster. I mean, when you deal with corporations, they lie to you, they cheat you, they tell you whatever they want to tell you to get your money and to indoctrinate you in that whatever nonsense they're indoctrinating you in. MLB has been, I love the players, I love Major League Baseball, but I'm not a fool. I understand what they're trying to do. They gobbled up this guy, Jomboy. They had to get him on their side because they knew that he exposed, a scandal. They knew about it. They knew what was going on with the Astros in 2017, and they act all shocked when all this stuff was revealed, and they did nothing about it. Manfred did nothing about it. To be honest with you, it took them 3 years to make some kind of resolve it, or 2 years or whatever it was, and then they didn't do anything about it. And WFN has been on this platform heavily over the last I guess about 9 months, really since this year, because they know that I've been going at them for many years, and they've been trying to change. They completely changed the social media approach. They don't post any more articles on Odyssey to where I can read their comments. They post everything. They do live streams. As an independent person, who can compete against that? And the average sports fan doesn't want to hear from an independent person like myself that'll give you an opinion that you may not like and really will disagree with. They just want the content from WFAN, from MLB. They don't care. They don't understand that some of them are lying. Some of them look down on you when they present stuff. And if you watch all these different streams, all these different shows, they all talk about the same things over and over and over again. There's nothing different. If that's what you want, that's what you want. But like I said, I'm very independent-minded, and I can talk about anything here. And I like talking about whatever I want here. This channel should be much bigger than it is, but I talk about whatever I want. I don't care, at this point. And this is a general baseball channel, a media channel. But this is to me, interesting thing to talk about because it does affect me as a business person and as a creator on here that I have to keep an eye on. And I want to expose it and talk about it and dissect it and discuss it with you. If you think that's interesting, great. Leave comments in the comment section. But I want to thank you for coming by. Of course, please subscribe to Baseball Hit 2. I'll see you later.